I say all yiggity and we back. Yes, indeed. We got the black woman, Jeanette Brantley, out here doing the Lord's work that then broke down this audio. Ever since this audio has been broke down, everybody's been crazy. But most egregiously, they've been discrediting this sister like she ain't qualified to do what she doing. So I say, since I'm Jay Lava and I scour the internet since you don't have to, I bought you the interview with her sitting down saying her piece. Do you know these folks is even trying to threaten her life? Well, it gets deep. Let me go ahead and kick that interview into overdrive, and we're gonna listen to Don Lemonade chop it up with old girl because it's just like that. All right, here we go. Come on, Mr. Lemonade. Let me give it a quick refresh, real quick, just in case it's on funny. All right, there we go.
Are, being prosecuted to the fullest extent of the law. Because there are people who are doing some really crazy things, especially around the people who have been speaking out on behalf of Nolan Wells, right? People who have been speaking up on behalf of Nolan Wells, getting some death threats. Now, I don't know if we don't have anybody on who's against him. But I don't think people who are against him, if you can be that in this situation, which would be really odd if you're against someone who, died, but people are going to get hurt. Let me know where you're streaming from. Make sure you hit the like and the thumbs up. And thank you for the floating hearts and all the special emojis. I appreciate that. And thank you for your generosity. Okay, so, and I'm glad you like the hat. Go to donlemon.com if you like this hat. So thank you very much. I appreciate it. So good evening, Lemon Nation. Like and thumbs up, very important. It affects the algorithm. More people become aware of our conversation on our channel.
Oh
So
my
welcome.
God, you talk too
That
much.
dialogue represents
What she says, and then we're going to bring her on. Her name is Jeanetta Brantley. But here's what she originally said when she did the enhancement and released the video.
You'll also notice time code and dialogue written on the side of the screen and pop up during each segment. That dialogue represents what I personally hear as an audio engineer while processing and repeatedly reviewing these sections. I'm pretty much providing it as a listening reference, not as a declaration that my interpretation is the only possible interpretation. And that's important. I want you to listen for yourself, use headphones if you have them, listen closely, and decide with your own ears what you believe is being said. You can also return to the original unprocessed recording and compare directly with what you're hearing here.
Okay, so after she put that out, saying that, I want to play it in order because she said it before you even listened to the video. And I'm going to tell you what's happening to her after this. But this is part of what the audio, this is the audio that, well, not part of it. This is the audio that she released, her version.
Hey, we're at the west tip of Horn, and our bilge pump stopped working. We're sinking. Can y'all please come? We have a membership.
Okay, so then that was her, right? That's what she did, and we can understand what they're saying. It's been what they said when they knew Cito had picked up the call. Everyone could hear that very clearly. But the other thing is, again, she enhanced it. Now, because of this, she is getting threats. Her well-being, her safety threatened.
All because she made a video.
Possibly, if you listened, we're going to play, one of the threats at least. And maybe her life is in danger. I don't know. I don't want to make that call, but I'm going to let you listen to it. So I'm going to bring in now professional audio engineer, Jeanetta Brantley. Thank you for joining us, Jeanetta.
Thank you for having me.
Do we call you Netta?
You can call me Netta.
Netta, thank you. So, how are you doing?
I'm okay. Taking it one step at a time.
Yeah. You have gotten threats.
Yes. a lot.
Oh, and by the way, I want to say that Jeanetta or Netta is going to take your phone call. So we're going to open up the phone lines, and then you can ask her questions about the audio, about her process, about what she's going through, all of it. She's agreed to take phone calls or questions and comments. So
That's good.
opening up the phone lines if you are ready. Okay. So you got threats. Tell me the process. What happened?
Um, After I released it, I honestly didn't think it was going to go as far and viral as it did, but not even 24, 32 hours later, I start receiving an influx of messages, and they were from people just kind of giving me a heads up, like, hey, I don't know if you know this, but there's a lady online who's trying to defame you. She's trying to slander you. She's posting mugshots and she's, going above and beyond to try and discredit you and your profession. And with those messages came screenshots. I'm not following her, but I was seeing everything because like I said, the messages were coming in left and right. And then when I clicked on them, I could literally see a woman by the name of Sarah J. Fields. She literally put all of my information out there, including my wife and I's business. And that was her way of trying to expose me, I should say. None of what she said was accurate, which is what made it funny to me. And so I addressed it then. I made a post addressing it, like I'm only going to address this one time because I feel like it's irrelevant. Like my past, my background, which is that was 20 years old, has nothing to do with who I am today and my profession, nor does it discredit me as an audio engineer. So I did make a post, addressing that, letting it be known that, I see it to everybody that was reaching out to me, but it's irrelevant. This is what it is, and this is what we should be focused on. And ever since, the attacks from her have been consistent and nonstop. It's like every time I or my wife Ashley makes a post, I'm not sure if it's her or it's people that's on her team, but they're screenshotting it, they're sending it to her, and then she's making further posts about it. And with that has come threats, doxing, misinformation, lies, like we're operating this business illegally, or I'm not a certified licensed audio engineer. Mind you, you
Crazy.
don't need a license to be an audio engineer, but
Right.
it's things like that that's further building up, and it's like inciting and making the hate and racist attacks that we're seeing even worse. And
Mm-hmm.
that led to the call, like a screen grab of a conversation that was being had that was sent to us. And that's when we were like, yeah, no, this is going too far. But
Let me
that's what
let
it's
me ask
been.
you this, Netta. Thank you for answering that. Let me ask you. So she's trying to sully your reputation about something that's not even relevant. Is that what I'm understanding? You said something that's not relevant is 20 years in your past. Is that what this
Yes.
is like opera research on a candidate or something that they're doing with you?
That and then I think she also got me mixed up with someone else because she then started making up an entire story. Mind you, I don't know her. I've never met her. She made up an entire story that I attacked her and her children. I can't even remember what it was. Hopefully, I sent you guys one of those screenshots, but I literally think, and I was told that she got me confused with someone else. And so, with that confusion and her putting out there that I attacked her and her children, came even more hate. Like, now they're trying to say that I'm attacking children where she's trying to protect children. Like, her job is to protect children. So, I don't know. It's like a whole lot of nonsense that literally has nothing to do with me and what I did.
That's crazy.
And it's weird.
Okay, let's start from the beginning. And Andy, put up the first. Is this the first thing that we were?
Yes.
This is the first thing. Okay, and so this is Sarah J. Fields. Now I've never heard of Sarah J. Fields.
Oh, I got her
You have
interview,
heard of her,
y'all.
correct? Or you didn't know
Ye-
who she was?
I've never met her. I've only heard of her past dealings with other
She did an
content
interview
creators
with
and
Jason
activists.
Whitlock. We gonna go over that
Hmm.
too, y'all.
Okay, so it says meet Jeanetta Brantley, the self-proclaimed audio engineer who took a raw boat distress call and enhanced it until people started hearing phrases like "You killed him" and "Nolan, wake up." So what she's saying here that you enhanced it until people started hearing phrases. To me, in my opinion, this sounds like someone who is saying that you are making things up, that you are
Exactly.
somehow doctoring this to make people hear that. She said
And
the
that's
raw
not the
boat
case at
distress call
all.
and enhanced in quotes, until people started hearing phrases like, okay, we know what the insinuation is for there, again, in my opinion. She also repeatedly accused Nolan Wells' friends of unaliving him, and publicly called for their arrests. Did you do that?
I did
No.
not.
Okay, her self-edited audio has now taken the internet by storm and has essentially become a dog whistle for people who were already targeting and harassing Nolan's young friends. So everything that's happening around these children, around these teenagers, young men, she's trying to blame you on all of the things that's happening to them, maybe threats and all of that.
Crazy.
Yes.
Okay, that's interesting. Um, So, and then she goes on, she starts talking about your wife and she starts doing this. Okay. And so this is someone who has a history of doing this, I would imagine. Again, I've never heard of this person. I haven't heard a lot of these far right wing people. I have to be honest with you, Netta, until I started doing streaming and I started realizing, like, can you still hear me?
Yes.
Okay. I started realizing who some of these people are, and I can't believe that people take them seriously. So this happened. And then the next thing, I think there's a next screen here, right? First of all, before we go to the next thing, what do you think about what she said there?
I don't know. I wasn't expecting it. And so I didn't know how to feel about it. I just thought it was strange how just somebody that I
Mm.
don't know would come out of nowhere trying to accuse me of doing things that I hadn't done. Like nowhere in that video when I put out that audio did I blame anyone? Nowhere in that video did I admit to doctoring anything. Like I gave my professional opinion. I said who I am, what I did, how I did it, why I chose not to go the AI route, and basically was communicating that there's some concern here with what I heard. Now, understanding that, my interpretation isn't facts. This is what I heard. I want you to listen and be the judge. That her post completely, it's almost like she tried to void what I said and created her own narrative. And I didn't think that her creating her own narrative would go as far as it's gone to incite the type of threats and hate that I've been receiving.
Well, it's you said it's almost as if she ignored. She did ignore, because I just played what you said. You said, and then before that, though, which I didn't play because I think that your video is like 5 minutes long, is that you explained exactly what you did. And
Correct.
you said you didn't want it to go through AI because you wanted it to be as natural as possible. And then
Correct.
you explained it. And then you said, but I want you to know this is not fact. I'm paraphrasing here. This is not fact. And this is my interpretation. Right.
Correct.
And then, as I understand, you went back and you put it back, you uploaded another video, posted another video without the words on it, right? So because you did not want to influence people, you said, okay. And then, but also in that you said, I want you to listen for yourself. Listen in
Yes.
headphones.
Right.
You tell me. So that's why I don't understand this. And then going into your business and your past and whatever that means. And look, something that says something that you pleaded guilty to a misdemeanor. Okay. Okay. I don't look. I
Which
don't
is
know if
all
you did or not.
untrue. Which is
Okay,
all
but
untrue.
okay, but even if it were true, what does that have to do with this? What does that have to do with you being a professional?
Exactly. And that's why I think that that introductory post of hers was a setup from the jump. She was literally trying to set up the initial attack on me and my wife because she included my wife in that post as well. And so when my wife got wind of it and she saw that this was happening, she immediately jumped in. She immediately got involved because not only are you attacking me, you're attacking us both. And my wife steps behind me. I'll just leave it at that.
Your wife is 10 toes down.
If she had 20, she'd be 20 toes down.
Oh my gosh. Oh, this is crazy. Okay, so let's look at the next one. I want to look at the next thing. Okay, and so then she says, blah, 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 business website raising obvious questions about whether the business is properly authorized. And then she goes talking about you and what you did. And then she's talking about a case against you and something about Popeye's fried chicken and blah, 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 blah. Meanwhile, this is a person, let me make this bigger because I can see. The internet racists and activists have chosen to trust while accusing grieving teenagers of murder based on an edited audio file that she created. So she's saying that you edited it, then you created this yourself.
Yeah, that's been her story, that she's convinced of a lot of other people that I created it, I altered it, I added 20 additional seconds to it. I AI'd the voices that we hear. It's been a lot that she's influenced. Like she created these lies, and it's literally had the biggest influence I've ever seen. It's insane.
Now, I know that you get all kinds on the internet. And I think you realize that. You get all kinds on the internet. But I have not personally heard or seen anyone, especially in legitimate media, legitimate streamers, legitimate independent media, independent journalists, accuse these young men of murder, of unaliving him. They're saying it's suspicious. They don't know what's going on. Even people who are, who claim that they're friends with the family, they say they think something is suspicious and something happened. But I haven't heard anyone flat out say any of those terms.
Agreed.
Before people continue spreading accusations that have targeted innocent young adults. Now, we don't know. I say innocent until proven guilty, but we don't know who's innocent and who's guilty. So the fact that she's saying targeted innocent young adults, she's already been judge and jury about it. They should consider the credibility of the person who manufactured the audio and started this latest wave of online harassment. Okay, she says, as usual, I come with receipts. I'm just reading this as someone who's really not that familiar with it. I did my research before,
Thanks
but
for
I
the
can't
jewels,
quite
Valerie.
understand why someone would be so invested in this, and also invested in defending people that you just don't know. You can have your feeling about it. I don't know. I don't know what happened. I don't know if it's accidental. I don't know if there's foul play. I have no idea. So I'm not going to defend anyone, except I'm going to defend the mother who wants answers, of course, which is what this person should be doing. I'm going to defend the right to find those answers, to make sure that the decedent or the person who has died gets justice, or gets, at least their family knows. Yeah, of course. I'm not going to blame the victim.
Yeah.
Nolan Wells is a victim here. Whether Nolan Wells drowned or whatever happened, if something happened to them, somebody caused his death or something caused his death, he's still the victim here. He's the one that didn't go home to his parents. And his parents and the American people deserve answers. He deserves answers and justice. And so I'm not going to, I don't think anyone who is any degree of professionalism would claim something like that and then defend people that they don't know if they're innocent or guilty. Now, I'm going to show you some of the dangers of the internet and what people are saying, Jeanetta. And I'm going to let the audience hear, but first I need to get a word in from our sponsors. Hey, can I ask you a question?
Sponsors.
Have you ever made a decision?
Nope, never did it.
She is the engineer who released the audio that enhanced so that you could hear whatever it is that you hear, according to her, on the audio. She has been getting threats. We were talking about that. So the next order of business, Andy, what is the next in the succession here? Is this?
Thanks
so we
for the
have that,
jewels.
right? She said, I usually come with receipts. And then after that, the next thing is this, right? What is this, Netta?
That's her montage or collage or whatever of me with the initial video, and then my 2 mugshots. So her way of trying to out me and or embarrass me, I assume.
Are you embarrassed by this?
I'm not. Not at all.
Yeah. And look, everyone, We don't all have the finest moments every single day, right? And so, look, I don't. Whatever your past is your past. I don't see what it has anything to do with this. Okay, and then next in succession is what?
That's so my wife, she put out a video clip this morning or last night of the conversation that we received with Sarah on a call with a few other people, and they were just discussing some hateful things and suggestions. And when Ash put that up, Sarah, per usual form, took a screenshot of it or received a screenshot of it to try and combat and or intimidate. I don't know what her method is, but that's her sharing what my wife had uploaded in regards to that actual conversation that they were having.
Hmm. Okay, so they were having a conversation about around you
Yes.
and what they wanted to happen to you. And so listen to this clip of Sarah Fields and her supporters. So is this her supporters? Is that her? Was
Yes, that's
so
her in the corner.
that's her in the corner. But so this was on what? Was this on X or something, or
I got an
X or Twitter
interview.
Spaces or
Hey
something like
y'all,
that?
I
What
got
was
an
this?
X.
interview with her
Yes,
Okay,
and
X.
Jason
okay,
Whitlock
okay.
that is
So
disgusting.
according to the wife, this was on X, and according to her, can you go back to that, Andy? I just want to read the bottom part of that. Listeners, listen to this clip of Abba. People supporting someone caught within a multitude of lies. I find it ironic that they think we should have our um, tongues cut out theoretically. I'm certain they wouldn't want to be threatened that way. These people are bottom of the barrel twisted, having the audacity to project everything that they are onto other people. Okay, so that's your wife put that out. And the reason she put that out was because of this. Listen.
Everything we're seeing and experiencing with Sarah is just motivating me more to go harder. I sincerely believe that no one should be able to utilize that platform to spew hate, division, incite harassment, doxing, and other forms of harm. Everything that Sarah is, everything that the people like her are, they are projecting onto innocent, good people. And I want to share something. Tell me what you think.
You know, I understand like media needing some protections, like against frivolous shit, but when you come out with some straight up just lies, I think they should just like essentially, theoretically, cut out your fucking tongue. Just saying. If you're constantly caught in lies, like, bruh,
Jackie,
Can't
thanks for
ugh,
the
it
jewels.
deplatform
annoys me.
at the minimum. Like
Or
here,
what was it they used to do? They used to like put a hot coal in somebody's mouth or something
Mm,
like that.
whoa,
I'm talking about going fucking medieval on these
going
motherfuckers.
way back.
wow.
What do you think?
I think honestly, and like honest, to be bold enough to say something like that on a public platform, I don't put nothing past any of them. And for her to even be on the call, like this is her and her people, there's no telling what, if they're on a public platform saying these things, there's
Right.
no telling what they're saying behind the scenes.
Exactly.
And that's the part that's concerning. That's the part that it almost trips me out that it's even allowed on social media. And then when we say something in return, we haven't met her with any type of hate. We haven't been disrespectful. We've responded with facts. We've corrected misinformation. My wife has made sure to lead with respect and class and to just show who we really are. We're still being met with the latter. And when we respond, we're shut down. If we try to report it, the reports are met with like declination by
Right.
these social media platforms. And all of it is just truly concerning. Like all of it is disheartening. I have no words.
Our phone lines are open if you want to call in and you want to ask Jeanetta some questions or if you have a comment. Look, I don't know if you know my history. I don't know if you know what happened with me and Elon Musk, who's the owner of X, which is the interview that I did with him, and I questioned him about content moderation. And this is why I believe that there should be content moderation on all platforms, whether it has to do with self-harm or harming somebody else or especially around young women and their bodies and eating and all the things, right? And what the algorithms are doing. I think that there should be moderation and transparency, quite frankly, Jeanetta, about all of these things. And I can't understand why. Do you feel like that your life is in danger?
It could possibly be in danger. It could possibly, but with every post, there comes something. I saw someone say, "Get the ropes." Like, I hope I hope the same thing happens to you. What happened to Nolan? Now, if y'all are calling it an accidental drowning, how can you hope something with so much boldness and so much, confidence? Like the threats are just out of this world insane.
Well, I'm sorry for that. And look, no one should receive that, no matter how you feel about this particular case. And are you sure it was on her platform? This is her space that they were having the conversation that we heard from your wife. That was her with her supporters, followers, or whatever her group,
That was
her
definitely her.
friends.
That was
Okay.
definitely her. That's why she defended it when she took the screenshot and tried to say what Sippy Cup was referring to as lies. And like, she's not backing down from it. She's admitting to it in a sense. And Sippy
Yeah.
was the guy that we all just heard saying that. She's confirming that she was on that call.
Right here, she says, Sippy said that people who constantly lie are the problem. So is she admitting she lies constantly? Also, next time, come say hi. You seem so eager to talk. You crept into our space, hovered around, and then didn't say a word. That's an interesting strategy for someone who has so much to say online. All the lies you told about my family. Let's talk about that. So
Wait, so to answer your
that's,
question, she answered your question. She said
yeah.
you crept into our space.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. You're reading my. That's what I was going to say. And I don't understand why is she so obsessed with you? Why is she so obsessed with you? And why is she going after you like this? And why would you come on her platform? People ask me all like the crazies. I hate using that word, but the conspiracy theorists and the far right, far right lunatic streamers, they ask me on their shows. And it's like, no, I don't even respond. Why would you go on her show? Why would you legitimize her or give her any sort of credibility?
Right. Who knows?
So, and then you're concerned that because of her possible complaints or whatever, she will complain against you, and then you think that you may be taken down, that your social media site may be taken down.
There's a lot that could come with her. I have
Yeah,
seen her get people's social medias shut down. Like, I have witnessed that myself. So
yeah.
there's no telling who she knows or what she's capable of, but she's somebody who obviously cannot be trusted.
We're taking your calls in a moment, so just stand by. I want to get one. There is one more thing in succession that I want to get on, but I want everybody to stand by. We're going to take calls, and Jeanetta's going to take your calls. She's going to give her answers to you. So stand by. A word from our sponsors.
Can I just
No,
tell
we
you
don't
something
want.
here?
No, you
Look,
can't tell me
people
anything.
ask me all the time whether BetterHelp
Okay.
actually works. And I always tell them the same thing. You don't have to take my word.
They always ask me if BetterHelp always actually works, and I just tell them, I don't know. I don't really like BetterHelp. Like I don't know, man. What about the BetterHelp?
Andy is our technical.
Questions, you get mad something mentioned.
This of the CETO emergency call, but it wasn't. They didn't even realize that they were, I guess, being recorded, and they were talking in the background. And now she is getting threats. We're going to take your phone calls in just a second. There's another slide or still that I want to put up now, Andy. I think is this the next thing here?
ENYC, what
So that
up?
Jeanetta can explain to us what's in the queue. What's in the
This
queue?
is another screen record from that Twitter space.
Okay, and it's video. Okay, I mean audio. Okay, let's hear it.
If it's you've been asked to retract and you still haven't fucking done it, and then you finally do it, yeah, no.
Yeah, she's asked again for them to retract it.
Yeah, so in that case, I think she would be able to get them just because they haven't retracted it, really. Wow.
Yeah, keeping it out there is the truth, and it's not. So
Okay. And then you saw her up there in the circle on the thing. So you did that's that's her thing, or at least she's affiliated with because it's on her thing because her handle is up there. Um, what are they? What would you have to retract? Who is? Do you understand what that was even about?
I have no idea. Nobody's told us to retract anything. Like I don't know what she's talking about. Neither me or Ash knows what she's talking about.
Okay, Andy. Anything else that we have that I need to have the audience listen to before we take these calls?
That's all.
That's all. Okay. So thank you for your patience and waiting on the calls. Thank you, Jeanetta, for that. And then now we're going to get to the callers. Let's see. My first caller is Grace, and she wants to talk to the audio expert about, obviously, she wants to talk to you about the incident. Hi, Grace.
Hi, Don. Hi, Ms. Brantley. Thank you so much for taking my call. Don, you are amazing. I'm a legend, but I don't go on the Legend Live because of my job. But I think you're doing an amazing job and keep up the great work. Two questions for Ms. Brantley. The first one is this. Has anyone from Defense Counsel or the police or the DA's office contacted you yet about your about the audio?
No, they have not.
Second question, and this is just because I'm a layperson. How is it that initially when we heard the audio, we didn't hear that in the background? Is it just because of the technical nature of it?
I can't speak for everyone and what they heard. There were quite a few people that actually came to me after I released that saying they heard a bit of what I heard before I even did that. I think the vast majority didn't know what was being said underneath the actual hold music before Vicky, the dispatch, actually got on the call. And so that could be why nobody knew those things that were said prior to her answering. And when I isolated those two calls, like the left channel from the right channel, only exposing the caller and the background noises, that's how and that's when it was revealed what was actually said underneath the hold music.
Grace, does that satisfy you? You asked both of your questions, right?
Yes, and thank you, Ms. Brantley, for your bravery. And there's a lot of great people out here in the world, so don't let the nut jobs get you down. Okay, we're all hoping that this case gets resolved properly and there's justice for this young man, because this is tragic. Thank you, Don.
Thank you very much, Grace. I appreciate it. And let's see, what did I say? What did I want to run? Oh, Andy, do you have it's not separated on one and there's like on hold music or something. Do you remember that original one? Do we have that one? If not, it's not a big, and then because I want to show people how you separated it. So you just took like channel A and channel B, and then you just played channel A, right? And then took channel B away or something like that, right?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, let's now go to Kev. Hi, Kev. Kev, are you there?
I'm here. Can you hear me?
We got you.
You got me?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Hey, so quick question for you. And I'm sorry that you're going through all the online BS. They're keyboard warriors. Please keep your head up. Keep your peace, baby, because they ain't doing nothing. But my question is there anything that maybe you or investigators can do to kind of quiet and squash the whole suggestive hearing things? Because we all hear what we heard, but of course they're going to try to mix it up and say, oh, it's AI, it's not real. So how do you combat that? Because I feel like if you squash that, then maybe it'll be taken seriously.
Honestly, that's what I tried to do with releasing the screen, the video of me actually screen recording what I did and how I cleared it up to prove that it was not fraudulent. It wasn't a fake audio. It was the same audio that was released by the Mississippi Department of Marine Resources. So I think I've done all that I could do on my end as just a regular citizen. I think it's going to have to come from Crump's team of audio expert analysis and whatever, whenever they actually put that information out, that'll clear up on my end, as well as just everybody else that's other. There's been other audio engineers that's pretty much taken the file, did the same thing, and everybody is showing and coming forward saying, we're hearing the same thing. So I think what could actually be done by us regular citizens is being done. So it's just on me to just hurry up and wait.
Yeah.
Thank you, Kev. We'll see you on Legends tomorrow. Thank you. Okay, so I want to play. This is the one that I mentioned because at first I was like, wait, what is this when we started playing it? And then this is what you removed, I think, the on hold music or whatever it is, but here it is.
Do you want me to remove the channel now or play it with both channels first?
Oh, no, play it with both channels so you can, yes. Thank you.
Connected.
Cito Assistance, Vicky speaking. How can I help you?
Okay, so again, most people don't realize, like, when you're on hold, you may still be recorded.
Right.
Just because someone is not talking doesn't mean it's not being recorded. Okay, the moment they pick up and they say, hello, this is, thank you for calling Cito. Please stand by till we get an operator. You're being recorded, okay? And then this is what, Andy, you're just removing the channel here yourself, correct?
Yep, I'm just turning down the left channel, which is the dispatcher hold music channel.
So Andy is our technical director here on the show, and he's just doing, this is normal audio things that you can do. Everyone has some audio has more than 2 channels, right? You can have a couple different 4 channels, right?
Yes.
When I just want to tell you, when I worked in legacy media or in corporate media, there were a number of different channels. There's a channel where you can get the director, right? You can hear the director. There's a channel where you can hear the producers. There's a channel where you can hear the anchors. There's a channel where you can hear, the camera people. And then sometimes, all of it together. You can and you can isolate every one of them. So some audio has a number of different channels. And so he's just taking the on-hold music out, and this is what happens.
Hey, we're at the west tip of Horn.
So you can hear you can hear it clear there, obviously without the music. But if you do what you did, explain your process again. You said you didn't use AI, and you did what? And then we'll take another caller.
After I isolated the two, I pretty much applied EQ on it, because EQ, you can work miracles with EQ, because the whole purpose is to remove certain parts of certain frequencies that are problematic or troublesome. And so I applied an EQ on it to eliminate some of the low end, boost some of the high end,
Right.
kind of hone in on where the majority of the talking was done. So when I say hone in, I'm like, if the dialogue is coming from the center, that's literally like how my hands is coming in. I brought in basically eliminating everything on this side and eliminating everything on this side, so that we can only hear what's in the center of my hands. And then I boosted that. I found the body of most of what they were saying, and then boosted that as well. Applied gain to certain parts, because some of it you can hear it clear, and then some of it was like lower than the rest. And so I, applied gain to the parts that were lower than the others. Exported that out of Logic Pro X, pulled it into Adobe Audition to do some vocal enhancements there, compression, bounced that right back out, put it back into Logic Pro X, and then overall just put like another type of gain on it, and that was it. That was literally it. I didn't use any VSTs or plugins that even utilize AI because I don't know. This was way too serious. I just wanted to steer as far away from that as I possibly could.
So just to simplify, right? You honed in wherever the audio is coming from, which is what we call in the business isolate. Can you isolate that
Yes.
audio? Can you? Well, wait. There's background noise in the where Don is speaking, and it's going to sound awful on the air. Can you take it out and just isolate Don's voice? You would do
Yes.
that all the time. That doesn't mean that you changed anything, right? Unless
Right.
someone in the background is screaming something that, like, I'm going to do whatever. But usually it's just so that people can hear what they need to hear better, not that you're trying to alter or change anything.
Correct.
Correct. Okay. Let's see who's next on the line. We've got hey, Phoenix Coleman.
Yes, hi Don. Thank you so much for taking my call. I am Phoenix
Absolutely.
Coleman, and I'm actually I'm a lawyer here in North Carolina. I first want to say to Ms. Brantley, thank you so much for all of your efforts, and I want to commend you for using your skills and your expertise to help with, furthering this investigation, which was, I think, many of us thought it was at a standstill for quite a while there. So I do have two questions, but I really wanted to make an important comment, so I'll just ask my questions quickly. First, has the Mississippi Department of Marine Resources contacted you and asked you to take down your audio recording or served you with any form of like a cease and desist?
No, they haven't.
Okay. I asked that question because if they felt that you had improperly doctored it, I'm thinking that they would be the party that would be most appropriate to ask you to. I think that Miss Sarah was saying that you should somehow redact it or take it down, and I think that that would be the party that would have to do that. And if they don't feel that that would be appropriate,
Yeah, they just hate a sister broke
they're
it
not
down.
inclined to think that you had improperly conducted your I'll say research. My
Definitely
other
Very good
question
observation.
is just, do you have any way of determining, because I've heard online some people saying that it's possible portions of the original recording from the Department of Marine Resources had been omitted and edited. Do you personally have any way of determining whether or not any portion of the original publication was modified prior to them releasing it to the public using your Logic Pro X or any other program?
If I understand you correctly, I'm completely ignorant to that. Like, I don't know what they may have possibly done on their end. I did notice some mutes in between conversation, but I think, just in my opinion, I think that that's standard when it comes to like phone operator, customer service type things, where if the other caller isn't speaking, there's a mute there. And then I do know that they did bleep out where he was saying his phone number, or the phone number where he was giving information that they didn't want available to the public. So they did. I know that that was done, but that's literally all I can speak to. But that's standard for someone's information, private information, to be redacted when it comes to things like this.
Sure, and then that totally makes sense to me as well. And I think that's a good basis to know what that, technologically would sound like or look like if it's appropriately implemented. So I really appreciate your answers. And I just wanted to, say I did hear you when you say that you fear for your safety. And I personally think that's a reasonable fear. And I just wanted to encourage you, if you haven't already, to consult with an attorney because, in my opinion, of course, I'm only licensed here in North Carolina, so this is not deemed as legal advice. But to me, it's giving defamation and it's also giving cyberbullying. So I would just encourage you and anybody else who's in a situation similar to consult with an attorney, because oftentimes what we see is people provoking innocent people, such as yourself, who are trying to help, to the point of anger so that you then retaliate or say or do something, and then they blame the victim and you end up being the one in trouble. So, I just want to say continue to fight the good fight. You're doing amazing. I appreciate your work and I wish you the very best.
Thank you so much. I appreciate you.
Thank you, Phoenix. Dawn. Hello, Dawn.
Hello, Dawn. I love your show. This is my first time calling in. I've been listening to the show and keeping track of the Nolan Wells case. I'm really sorry about, what happened to this kid, because I have two sons myself and I'm constantly warning them against certain things happening. Yeah, you're afraid for your kids all the time. My question is, bottom line is there's a lot of trolls online and they like to harass and bully. And like the woman said before me, that, yeah, you should look into having some legal action against them, because all of this, I feel like, is a distraction towards what actually happened to this kid, and that's the key. Bottom line, we need to find out what happened to this kid, not all these other things that's going on. So these people are just at home online, just, bullying, and they have nothing else to do. So I would keep
Is it
my
just a
head
comment,
up,
or you
but
have
yeah, I
a
would definitely
question?
look into it.
I just want to know, Dawn, do you have
The
is it just a
question
comment?
is, well,
okay.
Yeah, my thing is, when I heard the recording, I felt like I just heard a lot of people talking over each other. I did hear like certain things, certain names. Me personally, I didn't feel like they had a sense of urgency. Because if you killed somebody or somebody's dead in your presence, there's a sense of urgency. There's freaking out. There's things of that sort. But I did think that the grandfather calling and saying to not send the tow, that was very suspect. I felt like if they needed help and they're literally going under and they're in 31 feet of water, yes, you're sending everybody. So yeah, it just didn't make any sense. But yeah, that was all I needed.
Dawn, thank you so much for your call. We have to get to other callers, but I appreciate you calling. First time caller, long time listener. Thank you so much, Dawn.
Yeah.
Braylon Lee, what's up, Braylon? Quick question or comment if you have it.
Quick question. And first of all, thank you, Don, for all the work that you do. I was just wondering, are there any audio attorneys that you have been able to get in contact with? Because I think that this is one of those times that maybe, just maybe, the entertainment industry can utilize their resources. Because since you are a professional audio engineer, I truly do believe that maybe some audio attorneys can get involved as well.
I don't think there's a such thing as an audio attorney. Entertainment attorneys, yes, but this is completely out of their field. And so what we're actually actively seeking is legal counsel and an attorney that's within this lane, whether it's civil or criminal, but we are seeking legal counsel.
Well, thank you, Braylon. I appreciate that. That's actually, I thought, is a legit, especially with the entertainment industry and what they do with audio. And look, I'm sure, a large investigative organization like maybe the FBI or someone can help out with this as well, because they should have equipment that is, the best and the highest technology. Okay, we're going to take more callers, but first I need to get one more word in from our sponsors. Give me 2 minutes, please, everyone.
No,
You know what every
we don't want to
entrepreneur
hear
tells
about your
themselves?
sponsors, but
To scale energy and help.
no, we'll skip the sponsors.
With
Bucko.
£10, use the promo.
Happen with the thing. So look, thank you to our sponsors. They do keep us powered, and we need to stay powered. We're independent media, so make sure you support us, please. We are able to do what we do because of your generosity. More phone calls now from folks on, and for the folks On, please. Let me ask you to do a very, very quick question because some folks have gone long and people have not had the opportunity to be able to get on. Okay. So Snap is on the phone. Hi, Snap.
Hey, Don. Hey, you all. Hey, Jeanetta.
Hey.
Hello.
Hey, hey, Don. I hope you're getting some rest when you can. I don't have a question for Jeanetta. I just wanted to give, anytime, Don, I just wanted to give you words of encouragement, sister. I want you to know that we appreciate what you did. We can see your professionalism, your poise, how you've been handling everything thus far.
Right.
And it is imperative for people like you that have these particular skill sets to utilize it in opportunities like this. So unlike the hookup brother yesterday who appeared to be walking in fear, you are not. So I just wanted to put emphasis on you're not alone. You have all of us now, nationwide, worldwide that know who you are. So please continue to do this type of things because you doing what you did gives other people permission to be bold and to be courageous. So we need that fear. And I think it's so if fear will literally deliver one to destruction, you are not fearful, and that encourages people like us to not be fearful. So thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Snap. That's one of my lemon legends. The lemon that Kev was one. You heard Grace saying that she was one, and then here is another one. My legends are very, very loyal. My subscribers. Hey, Andrea.
Hi, Don.
Hello. What's up? What you got for
Can
me?
you hear me?
And you know I need you to go quick. Yeah, of course we could hear you.
Well, what I don't understand is they have an IP address. How come we can't track them through the IP address?
We need an actual legal team to go about doing that for us, which is the reason why we set up our fundraising account. So once we obtain that, then they'll do all the work to get behind the scenes and handle all of that.
You're talking about the IP address of the folks who are online making the threats or making that with that threatening language. Is that what you're
correct.
talking about?
The people yes, I am. The ones
Well,
she's getting
she's
the threats
right.
from.
Here's what I know. She's right, but in order to do that, she'd have to go through the legal process. They'd have to get, search warrants and affidavits and all kinds of things. And they'd first have to go through X. And X would probably fight it, and they wouldn't allow it. And then if X won't allow it, then then you'd have to go through the other things. So it's really not up to her. It's not up to her attorneys. It's not up to whatever the authorities are. They would have to petition X or whatever, start a legal action with X in order to get it done. And more than likely X would fight it to the ends of the earth or whatever, because they want to be able to just put whatever they want on their platform. They think that is their right to do it. And more than likely, the government may, or whoever it is, they may say, okay, fine, and then back off.
Well, and the part two to that question then is, how come they won't offer her any protection from the police or the FBI since they know these threats are credible?
Who won? Well, I don't know if they're saying it's credible. You mean X?
Yeah, not X, but since she's on, YouTube telling her story, and she has been threatened and harassed. She can go to the police and say, I've been threatened or harassed. She can't get any help from the local police or FBI for all the threats.
Well, she'd have to tell you her story, but this is how I understand it. This is my understanding of it. Unless it is a direct threat, even if someone insinuates, they'll just say it's not a direct threat and they'll leave it alone. But I don't know what and yeah, I think you should reach out to law enforcement and you should make them aware. But what you have to go through is so high. When they say the bar is so high in order to get to that hurdle of having protection and all of that, most of the time they just won't even do it, especially if you're a private citizen. Am I wrong, Netta?
No, you're right.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know if you've reached out, but they'll just say, did they directly say, I'm going to unalive you? And if it was not that clear, then they probably won't even mess with it. They probably won't even mess with it. And then what evidence do they have about who it is? Because even if law enforcement wants to know who it is, they got to go through X first.
Facts.
That's why I believe in the content moderation and transparency. Thank you, Andrea Soldier. Are you there?
Yes, sir.
Soldier.
How you doing,
Yes. I'm doing great. How you doing, sir?
Don? How you doing? Pretty good. How you doing, Netta?
I'm pretty good. How are you?
Okay. I'm fine. I see it's a little delay, but I have just two things I want to say real quick. Does anyone know, this is for the world, what makes the sound on the boat to go boom, 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 boom? And when it hit that cling sound, you hear that guy say, "Oh, ish." And so whatever something let loose hit Nolan a second time and hurt him. And that's when that man said, "He's breathing." Okay. So another thing I wanted to say was that on that video, I'm feeling some spots. When they say, "Oh, ish," it's guys in the background when the lady say, I thought they need to cover that up. Then the lady say, "I thought about that the whole way or the whole time. I thought about all that." That's what she said. And then you hear some people in the background. You hear a guy say, "He's breathing." After you hear that clunk sound, "He's breathing." Then you hear a guy say, "Ready." You hear another guy say, "Pick up." And then you hear him say, "Fellas, throw it, toss." And you hear that splash sound. That was them throwing them back in the water, maybe to hide them meantime, whatever. But whoever flew that drone when they was out there, you see his body was dragged in that water and curved over by that boat, and he's sitting in that water and that boat missing. So maybe that's the boat they call him Boat X. If they just put together what you hear me saying,
Okay.
I think a lot of people can fill in the blanks.
Okay, Soldier, thank you very much. Now, look, I just want to say that these are Soldier's interpretation of what happened, is his own opinion, not the opinion of this channel, not necessarily what I heard on that audio. And Netta, I don't know if that's what you heard on the audio. I didn't hear all that, but maybe my ears are different.
Yeah, no, that was solely his opinion.
Okay. All right. Just checking. Thank you, Soldier. Okay. Well, thank you, everyone. I appreciate you joining us. I'm sorry we can't get to, there are a couple more phone calls, but some of the folks go long. People don't realize just how long. They think they're talking for a short time and they end up talking for minutes at a time. So I'm going to have to start putting a clock on this, Netta, to let people know actually what 30 seconds is and what a minute is, because people don't realize how quickly. And then also, let me tell you guys, if you are a member of the show, you will have more opportunities to call in. And if you do, the best thing I can tell you to do is write your question down. Do some audio if you want to dictate it. Write the question down so that you can remember it when you get on. It'll be more concise, okay? So, Netta, thank you. Anything else you want to say to the folks before we let you go?
Just thanks for the love and support. We do see a lot more love and support than the latter, and so that's appreciated. And if anybody does want to help in this fight legally, we do have a Give, Send, Go set up to basically, help combat what we're going through, the challenges that we're facing, the cyberbullying, the harassment, the attacks, the threats of doxing, even the threats of lawsuits. And so we're using that to to secure legal counsel. And that way it'll help us navigate through these matters and ensure that we're prepared for any legal suits that may come from this, and just to fight back legally. So the Give, Send, Go is in the bio of all of my platforms, whether it's Facebook, Instagram, Threads. It's literally right there in my bio.
What's your handle?
At Dat Girl Netta, DATGURLNETTA.
Okay, so this is Andy. I think well, he'll put it up in a minute. But yes, and while he's doing that, did you expect to have this sort of response, that this many people?
I didn't. My wife Ash did. She kind of said that something like this would come out of this, but I wasn't expecting it to be like of this capacity. There have been people in other countries that have reached out in support of, and so now here we are. But yeah, I wasn't expecting it to even take off as fast as it did.
Did you just do it because you're like, I am an audio engineer, I'm an audio expert professional, and so let me just see, what was it, just out of curiosity? Was it a public service? Like what?
When I heard it originally, before I cleaned it, I heard some of that even underneath the music because, that's what I do for a living. When I'm on set, my ears are trained to listen for certain noise and to make sure that I communicate with the director, hold for sound. Like I hear this and I hear that. So I was able to hear a lot of that even under the music. And so part of it was just it was concerning for me, and I wanted to really clear it up and just hear only them to make sure that I wasn't tripping. And then when I did hear what I thought that I heard before isolating it, I was, yeah, no, I need to, I talked to Ash about it and asked her, how should we go about this? Especially with me providing the transcript, even with, as you've seen, even with me leading with, this is just my interpretation. It's not something final. I'm not declaring it as facts. People have took that as I was trying to convince people what to hear. But either way, it was me trying to put out there, like, this is what I heard. And if this is what I hear, I want to know what others hear. And if this is what we all hear, or a lot of us hear, then why hasn't this audio alone been enough to bring in someone for questioning or be investigated or looked into more? Because while Crump and the family is asking, like, if anybody has anything that could lead to, the help, like, we want to know what happened to Nolan, then come forward. And so I guess that was my way of coming forward. Like, this is concerning. Let me know what y'all hear. And so that's really how that came about.
Well, good job, damn it.
Well, thank you. I thought you were saying gifts and go, but it's give, send, go.
Yeah.
Thank you
For
very
y'all
much.
that's just
Appreciate it. You
but
stay
this
safe.
y'all
all
first
right?
time on the channel, man. We do got trolls.
Wow.
And
So that was
I let
interesting.
them
You
rock
never know
out.
on this show what you're gonna do. Sometimes we just take it down and we take phone calls and that look.
Hold on, he talking too much. I ain't got time for all that. I let the trolls rock out because you wouldn't believe any of the things that I say unless you've seen them in the actual comments. So welcome to the channel. We do get them out of here by doing a roll call every now and then, and I would do one right now, but I'm gonna make it come back for the roll call. Because I got another video. So I'm gonna ask y'all, the people that's running with me, do y'all want to cover the video with Sarah Fields and Jason Whitlock, or do y'all want to do the video with Don Lemon and they got some coon dude from Ocean Springs talking about it ain't about racism, and him and Don actually kind of get into it a little bit. It's actually pretty deep. The other one's just a coon fest, but like I say, we all gotta see what it's about. That's why I played this interview first, because I want y'all to see what old girl was saying about this black woman who was just trying to do a good service for the family. You understand what I'm saying? So if I go ahead and jump out right now, then I can be back at let's say 5:30. We're gonna go back in at 5:30. So I appreciate everybody rolling and rocking with me. Thanks for the jewels, everybody. Shout out to all my members. Shout out to all my mods. All right, yep. Shout out to my mods. Foxy say, keep Don rolling, so I come right back with the Don. Okay. Yep. I'm gonna come back with the Don joint. We'll do that, and then after that, the people's on fire from all of these interviews and everything that we got going on. So I potentially got 3-4 more videos for y'all, man. We got to get to it because I missed it y'all yesterday, man. Now I'm trying not to do that. You know what I'm saying? So this is kind of like my little makeup for not streaming yesterday. You know what I'm saying? But all of y'all that ain't been here, make sure you hit that like and subscribe. And when you come back the next time, y'all gotta be on that landscape. The landscape is the one you can watch on your TV with the full screen. If you on the portrait right now, I know a lot of y'all come in on the portrait. You got the you got the stuff above me, and then you got the chat below. When y'all come back, watch it on the landscape, because that will support the channel the best. I need everybody to convert over to the landscape. Matter of fact, I'm months down the line before I stop actually doing portrait. I gotta do portrait right now so we can grow this channel. Yeah. So I just put that, but then I have to let y'all know, all y'all that come in on the portrait side, come on in on the landscape side. Plus, on the landscape, the benefit of that is you get to see the full screen and you get to see the chat really, really big of all the channels that we got. So you can see what everybody's saying on the landscape. But other than that, I ain't gonna hold you. Emoji, Foja, and Scoja about being on code, and you know I got 4 words for you. I need you to go ahead and subscribe for the vibes, like for the spike in the algorithm, comment your vomit, and share if you care about getting Black empowerment everywhere. Please do that on all the platforms that we are on, Jones. And just to bring it all the way home, I got love, peace, blessings, and Maloha. I'll be back at 5:30 for show out.